and allow yourselves the blessing of being who you are in reality. So take a deep breath. Let it out. Be in the moment. Relax your body. Affirm your willingness to be present. That opportunity for us now is the opportunity for us to recognize how blessed we are, how grateful we are for that blessing, and to ask ourselves, what would love do today? And all that is happening, my family, my friends, my community, my state, what would love do? If I am totally present, if I am awake, aware, alert, and enthusiastic, if I am willing to pray, to pause, reflect, accept, if I am willing, I ask the question, what would love do today? Again, I breathe deeply. My mind, my heart, my body, open to receive, open to understand, open to know. What would love do today? How is it in this day that I can fulfill the wishes of my heart to be truly helpful? What is it that I can think, pray, say aloud, affirm, and do? Ahead of me is the afternoon, the evening, and a night of dreaming. What would love do? I am present. I am awake. I am aware. I am mindfully alert and enthusiastically willing to receive the guidance of Spirit, and yes, to follow through. What is the most loving thing I need to know? What is the most loving thing I need to do? Is it that simple? A phone call, an email, a short visit that begins with a knock on the door and a warm and gentle hug. What is the most loving thing I am called to do today? Whose heart may I touch? Whose mind can I help to see things differently? To whom shall I listen? To whom shall I empower and value? With whom shall I pray? What is the most loving thing for me to do today? In gratitude for receiving the answers, in gratitude for being aware, I return to this safe and sacred place, this place of like-minded companions and friends, this sanctuary of community and true unity. When I am comfortable to do so, I open my eyes and I say thank you. Thank you for this guidance today. Thank you for this help today. Thank you for this awareness of what I can do to be truly helpful today. And so it is. How many people can tell me that wonderful statement of Charles Fillmore's? That one that starts out, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. How many of you know it? Come on, tell me. Let's say it together. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith to do what is mine to do. Yeah, he was 94 years old. 94. Woo! How wonderful it is to be able to affirm such eagerness, such energy, such willingness. May I be so willing 30 years from now?
To spring.
Just spring, okay, fine, thank you. You're welcome. But, you know, it's so easy for us to remember that statement, and it is an important statement, and you probably said it together or thought about it this month when our focus is on zeal and enthusiasm. However, there's really more to the story, because what he says is an actual consideration, discerning what is mine to do. That's what Charles Fillmore is talking about. It's using our wisdom, it's using our guidance, it's being powerfully led with a mighty faith and trust to do what is mine to do. We must always remember that the very first thing for us to do is to ask. Like we did in our brief meditation, to ask what is truly helpful. What would love do? You know, for 25 years, and as Lynette said, in ministry, for years and years and years, I always had 2 chairs on the stage. I sat on the stage at the very beginning part of my ministry because that's what I was told ministers do, and that's what I remember them doing. I don't do that now, but I used to, okay? And lo and behold, I had an empty chair that was sitting next to me. And one day, little 4-year-old was helping us, as little 4-year-olds help. And she said, "What's that chair there for? Nobody ever sits in it. Why's it empty? What's that chair for? I want to sit in it." I said, "Go ahead, sit in it." And her dad, who was there, said to me, "What is that chair for? Nobody ever does sit in it." And I said, "It reminds me that Christ, Jesus the Christ, shares this ministry with me. It is my reminder of that energy, of that presence. And as things go along on a Sunday morning, I can be silently asking my buddy over here what is for me to do." Oops, that happened, now what? You know. And it's really funny because I hadn't thought about that in a long time until I read this sentence again. when I thought about it again. And of course, we're doing the same enthusiasm this month, and we're so excited about so many different things happening in our ministry. And we're so blessed with such abundance and such prosperity. It's just absolutely remarkable. But the bottom line is, with all my zeal and enthusiasm, what is the most loving thing for me to do? What is mine to do? Now, you have a community where 90% of the people are volunteering and stepping up and doing things. You have that opportunity to ask yourself in this community all the time. You say, what is it for me to do? It's true for each of us, whether we're doing it in a community setting, like was so beautifully shared about the young children here, or if we are doing it in a church community, or we are doing it in our own personal family, in our classroom, in our workplace, in our retirement community, with our next door neighbor. Do not lag in zeal, be ardent in spirit, and serve the Lord. Right out of the scriptures, the power of zeal or enthusiasm is what gives joy and passion to our life when we serve, when we give, when we share. Charles Fillmore further wrote, never repress the impulse, the force, the zeal welling up within you. Commune with it in spirit and praise it for its great energy and efficiency in action. He continued to say, at the same time, analyze and direct the course, as zeal alone, it is without intelligence or discretion. We must take a look and ask Spirit, draw on our spiritual wisdom, and know what is for us to do. That's what Jesus taught his disciples, and that's how they combined their various talents and personalities to make the impact that they did. So the same way they did it is the way we do it. The spirit of enthusiasm and cooperation with wisdom and with the guidance of Spirit will bring us happiness and fulfillment. Easier said than done. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. You know, Apostle Paul was real clear too. He said in Philippians, he said, fill our minds with those things that are good, that deserve praise. Things that are true and noble and right and pure and lovely and honorable. How much of your day do you spend filling your mind with those things? How often do you go turn off CNN when you're flipping your channels by and you see that and you keep right on going so that you can come up to Oprah and hear something good and beautiful and wonderful? How often do you turn the television off and give yourself that silence where you can be still and know that you are God? How often do you fill yourself with the good, the beautiful, and the holy? A couple of years ago, I had a woman come to me and she said, Rev J, I am burned out. I don't know how to do this anymore. I am tired. I don't even like my kids at the moment. And I was saying to myself, I remember that quite well, actually. She said, I don't even like my kids right now. And my husband? Oh, I wish you'd take a business trip. Yeah, and we talked and we visited, and I just let her vent. And then I invited her to come back, and I just let her vent. And then the third time, I let her vent for about 10 minutes, and I said, do we want to change this? Because truthfully, the drama, the tiredness, the aggravation, your impatience, all of those things, I'm getting bored with it. Aren't you? She kind of looked at me, and she said, you know, I am bored with it. I do want it to be different. So we began to explore, and her homework was to continue to explore, the seriously neglected areas of her life. Where was the fun? Where was the play? Where was the energy for enthusiasm coming from? Why was it always so negative? We did this for about 6 weeks. The thing that made the biggest change was our willingness to make a family fun list. Now, for those of you that are single, you think, well, that's a little hard to do. No, it's not. because you're the family. It's your home. It's your pets. You know, I had this absolute wonderful experience with a German Shepherd. And she and I would get up in the morning. First thing I had to do is put my coffee on. Anybody that knows me well knows that that's imperative. And then she and I would turn the music on the radio, we would turn it up really loud, and we would dance in the kitchen. And we would dance until the coffee was ready. And that was our morning ritual, so to speak. And I would be laughing with joy by the time that little 5-10 minute exercise of play was finished. I would get my coffee, I would feed her breakfast, and then we would go out in the backyard. She would do her thing, and I would sit there with my coffee and have this smile on my face to next move into my day, because I had taken those few minutes for fun. This is what this lady came back to me and told me 6 months later. She said, I'm still playing, I'm still having fun. I've learned how to say no to the energy that says obligation and have to and must. And she said, you know what, the most thing that happened for me, I am now volunteering at my daughter's school, and I really like her. You see, that change of attitude sometimes requires more than just thinking about it and more than just praying about it. Sometimes it requires doing the happy dance in the morning with your dog. Or by yourself, because my other 3 dogs don't dance. As a matter of fact, they kind of look at me like, really? So, you know, what I want you to do is I want you to think about what you do for fun. Think of something that you do that's free. That you yourself do that's free, that's fun. Oh, come on, you live in Payson. And what can be more beautiful than going outside and taking a walk?
That's right.
I mean, that's one of the most wonderful gifts that you have, and it's never 110 here. You know? What about something that's expensive? What do you do for fun that's expensive? Now, that's different for each one of us, right? What is it that you do for fun with somebody else? Now, when I'm in Payson, it's going up to the rim. It really is. It's going up to the rim, parking the car a distance from where my son's ashes are, or were, or continue to be, and hiking over there with someone else, to be in that sacred space for me, and to celebrate life and beauty and freedom, and to celebrate it from the very innermost part of me. That's something that I love to do with somebody else, to share that. What about something else you do for fun by yourself? I sing in the shower. I really do. And I love it. And I sing really loud, because I know nobody can hear me. What do you do for fun that's noisy? Okay? I mean, seriously, we currently have 2 drumming circles a month in our community. 6 months ago, if somebody had told me that that would happen and that would be popular, I would have said, really? Now, we drum every Sunday. Does anybody here do drumming? Aha! Okay.
Yeah.
You do drumming. Now you talk with the music team. I'm serious. I'm serious, girlfriend. You're in. I've got 2 or 3 people that drum at the beginning of the services and at the close of the services now. Why? Because it's fun. Why? Because it raises the vibration. Why? Because it builds enthusiasm, folks. Do something noisy. That's fun. What do you do for fun that's quiet? How long has it been since you read a really good book of fiction? Seriously. You know, we're all spiritual. Read a good book of fiction once in a while. Let your mind be creative. Let it travel into those different places. It's fun. Harold Whitman wrote, "Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then you do that." Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And I'm saying that for many of us to come alive again, we've got to begin to make fun and play a priority in our life again. There is no age limit on that one. Thank you.
Yes.
Learning to be playful allows us to relax, allows us to have a whole different feeling of sensation. Knowing what it feels like to really enjoy yourself makes us come alive with a new and a varied energy. Stop and think, what are the topics, the content, the processes, and the activities that light your fire? I'm not talking about going out and chopping wood here. I'm serious. It's like
Just being outside.
just being outside.
Just being out, hear the birds, whatever that is.
I am the same way. This is one reason why the rim is so important to me. That sense of beauty, that sense of freedom, the sound of the birds, that slight breeze that is usually there, and sometimes that really, really breathtaking wind that I can feel and experience, that makes me come alive. What else?
Working in my garden.
Working in your garden. Giving yourself the opportunity to plant that seed that grows to allow for that beauty and that abundance.
Seeing flowers and butterflies and squirrels and all of that.
And all of that. All of God's creation, all coming together, all at once.
Playing with my granddaughter and enjoying her youthful intuition, her and her friend. She's 9.
Oh, 9 years old, yes.
And they're
Awesome.
so wise.
Absolutely awesome. And they are so wise. And with you as a grandmother recognizing that wisdom, that's going to remain in her. Because you are empowering that and valuing that because you told me you listen. So you bless her and you bless yourself. You say, these are simple little things that can be playful. Now you're telling me that nobody here goes fishing or sits by the stream? Come on, you're in Payson. You got it. There you go. I knew I had a fisherman.
Kayaking.
Kayaking. Yes.
Music, I'm waiting for someone to say music.
Music.
Puppies.
Puppies. Oh my gosh, yes.
Going kayaking with my friends.
Going kayaking. You bet. And being with friends. Now let me take that one step further. Being with like-minded spiritual companions. A book study group is fun if you make it fun. If you're being playful with it. It takes the study as secondary, and you get more out of the study than when you say, oh, no. Oh, let's have a joke here. Let's have a play here. Let's have a little fun. Let's take a break and eat a cupcake. I mean, seriously. There is so much that we can do to be more playful in our lives. Few experiences are more fun for me than watching a child dress up like a superhero or a princess on Halloween.
Yes.
I am serious. I absolutely adore it. I mean, princesses, animals, witches, scarecrows, skeletons. I mean, wow, what wonder, what excitement, what fun. And that enthusiasm is contagious, isn't it? Well, what about you? What enthusiasm are you sharing that is contagious? What are you doing to rejoice in the beauty of life each day? What fun are you making and creating? You know, you may be thinking that sounds a little selfish because I'm really committed to service. I'm really committed to volunteering. I'm really committed to doing this, that, and the other thing. You'll do it so much better. I have seen it happen over and over again in my life. You know, it's easy to walk through the ins and the outs of our weeks and our months. It's like we have this numbing potion that can be put over our bodies, and we can wake up and we can do this thing we have to do. We can run those errands. We can help with the homework. We can log in the hours at the office. We can do this day after day after day. But there is a beauty in that routine. Yes, there is. However, it will become more beautiful to you. You will get more insight out of it. You will be more of a valuable asset in it if you give yourself permission to have that time for you, to do the things that allow you to play. Joseph Campbell said, one way or another, we all have to find what best fosters the flowering of our humanity in this contemporary life and dedicate ourselves to it. See, we all have something that lights us up inside. Service to others, creative expression, travel, being a princess. Our church now is a princess project. We have 5 girls that dress up like princesses. They go to the hospital. They go to the library. They touch the hearts of kids. And they teach them the values of a princess. They read stories to them. My stepson just graduated from boot camp. He's a Marine. I mean, we all do things our own way. Let's do more of that. Let's light up ourselves inside, and let's understand the truth of doing so and how it helps us. You know, it's never too late to play. Ever. I have a 92-year-old in my congregation that has taught me more about playful fun than any person that I've known in my entire life. And what did Charles Fillmore say at 94? Together, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith to do what is mine to do. You have things to do. Begin it with play. Begin it with fun. Share your enthusiasm. It's contagious, I promise you.